What is up, my friends? Welcome back to Road Reality, where I ride along and talk about who even knows anymore. Sometimes we talk motorcycles, sometimes we talk whatever's on John's brain. Today, it's a little bit of both. Yes, a motorcycle adjacent video for you, brought to you by, stupid potholes! Brought to you by social media. As usual, I live my life a quarter scroll at a time. But seriously, I saw a video recently and several memes where, it's showing somebody that is beat up, and the caption is like, John found out he was allergic to touching my bike. Don't be like John. And I am not in any way advocating for physical abuse of another human being. Do not get me twisted today. But it is time for coffee. Yay, coffee! So I see this meme and I saw a video, or I read I don't know if it was a post. Anyway, it's immaterial now. The point is, the person doing the writing or speaking said that he came out of a store and found somebody sitting on his bike. And they were like taking pictures with it, and I guess they had their kid with them. And instead of confronting the individual in an adversarial manner, he actually walked up and was like, yeah, what do you want to know about it? I'm sure you have questions. And the guy's like, yeah, and so sorry, didn't mean to, whatever. And I was reading this and I was like, there is no way I would respond like that to somebody sitting on my bike out in public. There's just no way. Now, I don't know how I would respond, okay? I'll be perfectly honest. I have not been in the situation to confront somebody, but I did have damage to a bike at least once from somebody sitting on it, allegedly. I'm not 100% sure what happened, because it was when I had my Vaquero. I had had it less than 2 whole weeks, and I got home and I was dusting it off before putting the cover on, and I noticed that there were marks, and I'll try to dig them up. If I can, I'll put them on screen, but there were marks on the saddlebag and engine guards, and I immediately knew what happened. The guy who I rented a spot from, see, I worked in a very busy city where parking was limited and expensive, so I found a guy that had an oversized driveway, and I rented a spot from him, and I paid him every month like clockwork, right? And then he had some workers working on his house, and I think one of them either knocked over the bike or sat on it, stood it up, realized the forks were locked, and the 900-pound bike fell over. It fell the heck over. So I immediately hopped back on the bike, rode down there, and looked at his driveway, and there were marks. There were striations, as they say in CSI world, on the ground where my saddlebag guards and engine guards were. And when I confronted the owner in a polite and cordial manner about it, he said, what do you want me to do about it? Okay, you're gonna be a about it, thanks. I was really incensed by that comment. Was not happy, trust me. In the end, he ended up knocking off about half of the next 4 months of parking. So I got 2 months of free parking. Go figure, nobody else had passed go and put money in the kitty, so I didn't have any extra money to go around. But the saddlebag guards on that bike were like $300. Oh, I knew it. The Tacoma went straight. Temp tags and all. So I was left with a slightly damaged bike. Nothing else was broken but my fragile ego. And that was a little upsetting. So if I ever see anybody on my bike, I'm liable to confront them in a verbal manner, but not politely. About a year later, I was at work and I had my KZ with me. I rode the KZ. Anyway, I had the KZ. I do not recommend that handheld stuff at home. I've been watching too much $1 Million Bogan lately, trying to catch up on his older videos. But anyway, I had my KZ at work, and there was a guy there that rode a 2015 Street Glide Special. We went out to look at bikes because, you know, that's what you do on your lunch break. So we're out there, and this guy just walks over and proceeds to straddle my motorcycle. That's like grabbing my wife by her hind quarters, man. Just no. I'm there. You asked permission first. And since we were at work, I politely informed him that he was not, in fact, supposed to touch another man's motorcycle without prior permission. And I even told him you should ask every time. It's just being polite. So be polite. Ask permission. Hold on. Nice. Granted, I couldn't see much of anything because I had my visor up and the sun was blinking in my eyes. Anyway, I don't let anybody touch my bike unless there's like a little kid walking by when I'm putting it away or getting it out. I'm like, yeah, you want to sit on it? You know, start the love of motorcycles young, right? That's the whole thing. Hold on. All right, that's not much better. Although I did clean this visor yesterday, I can see again. First time I'd ever cleaned the visor in like 2.5 years of owning this helmet. Whoopsie. But I can see again. That is a good thing. Oh, goodness. So I don't know how I would approach somebody I didn't know in public sitting on or touching my bike. I don't recommend it. But along the same lines, do you have anybody that you would trust to ride your motorcycle? I have maybe 3 people in my life I would trust to ride the bike. I'm not going to name them, but one of them is this tall. He's like 5'3". He's been a friend of mine for a long time, probably 25 years. And this question has been asked recently a lot on social media. At least a lot. I see repetitive posts about it. So I'm going to bring it up in a video 3 months later because that's how I roll. But it was, would you let somebody else ride your bike or would you teach somebody how to ride your bike? And I just shake my head and I go, no. If I know you pretty well, I might trust you to ride my bike if I know you can pay to fix it or replace it, should you go down on it. Sounds weird, but motorcyclists know what I'm talking about. You other people don't know. Don't do. Words are difficult. It's been a long, stressful week. It is time for more coffee. And I'm just putzing along, aren't I? Coffee, curve. I like having fun. Hey, get on your side of the lane. Yeah, that's right. Double yellow is there for a reason. I am the law. Judge Dredd, right? Judge Dredd. Anyway, I got a few people I would let ride the bike. When I was having problems with my Vaquero, I couldn't get comfortable on it after having wrecked it. I wanted an outside opinion, so I had my neighbor who had raced bikes on a track ride the bike. He said it was fine, but I disagreed with him. It was all probably in my head, and maybe tires and wheel bearings. Because I had the same flashback, because this all ties together, right? I hope. I had flashbacks to that when this bike started in with its first set of wheel bearings and tires going bad. I was nonplussed by that, and I took it straight to the dealer and said, fix it. You can see that video here. It's one of my more popular videos, yes. I made 2 of them out of it, because why make one video when you can make 2 or 3 and get half the views? But I do want to know from you in the comments below, do you have anybody in your life you would trust to ride your bike? And would you teach somebody how to ride a motorcycle on one of your own? There's nobody riding this bike but me, okay? Maybe Kraken Eric, Dewey rides, Mike Kelly 7, but he would scrape with my virgin floorboards. Not as dirty as it sounds, but still kind of dirty. Okay, I get it. That's about it. I mean, there's probably a few others that I can't think of right now because motovlogging is hard. My body's trying to keep the bike upright and not run off the road. My brain's over there going, what do we talk about? What do we talk about, boss? Hey, this might actually be like a oneer. No, it's not. There's going to be a few cuts. The videos get easy. the less you have to cut out, the easier they get to edit. That's what I find. So we're going to end on that note, I think, before I start rambling about editing and how awesome GoPros are and being a YouTuber is and all that stuff. So I will leave you with this. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got something out of it. I hope it made you think about your reactions to other people, at least until you know the whole story. Yeah, don't be real aggressive with people that maybe just want to learn about motorcycles and haven't actually hurt your bike. Anyway, 2 mantras. 1, you have a 100% track record of making it through a bad day. And 2, do something nice for yourself every day. John out. Oh, it's going to be a long wait. And they pulled up too far. I can't see. There we go. Yeah. Now we can see. We pulled up far enough. Is there a video? I hope there's a video on screen now. Oh, here we go. They're turning. Bye.